is your Kalpana. Today in this video we are going to prove properties of definite integral. Okay, which can also be used as formula. So first property, integral a to b f of x dx equals to integral a to c f of x dx plus integral c to b f of x dx, and second one, integral 0 to a f of x dx equals to integral 0 to a f of a minus x into dx. Okay, so let's start with the first one. So first property, integral a to b f of x dx is equals to integral a to c f of x dx plus integral c to b f of x dx. Okay. So we'll consider RHS and prove for LHS. Okay. Proof. So you're having RHS, which is equals to integral a to c f of x dx plus integral c to b f of x dx. Okay. So here to prove this or to evaluate this, we are going to use definite integral formula, which is integral a to b f of x dx is equals to capital F of x between the limits a to b, which is equals to capital F of b minus capital F of a. Okay. So this is equals to which is equals to capital F of x between the limits lower limit a and upper limit c. Okay. Plus capital F of x between the limits lower limit c and upper limit b, which is equals to f of c minus f of a plus capital F of b minus f of c. So you are having plus f of c and minus f of c gets cancelled. So this equals to minus f of a plus f of b, which can also be written as f of b minus f of a. So which is equals to capital F of x within the limits lower limit a and upper limit b, which is equals to integral a to b f of x dx. This is your LHS. Okay. So therefore, integral a to b f of x dx is equals to integral a to c f of x dx plus integral c to b f of x dx. Okay. Simply you're splitting one integral into two. If you consider a real line and C is a point between A and B, the first integral exists between AC with lower limit A and upper limit C, and second integral is between C and B, lower C, upper B. Okay. So you're splitting AB to AC and CD. Okay. So next, coming to second property. What is the second property? Property 2. You have to prove that integral 0 to a f of x dx is equals to integral 0 to a f of a minus x into dx. Okay. So let's consider RHS. Proof. RHS, which is equals to integral 0 to a f of a minus x into dx. Okay. So now what we are going to do is, we'll consider a minus x as some t. Let a minus x equals to t, then minus dx is equals to dt. Simply we are differentiating it. Okay. Now you have changed it in t, and dx is equals to minus dt. Also you have to check the limits, since this is a limits for x. So now we have to find the limits for t. Okay. When x equals to 0. When x equals to 0, now apply x equals to 0 here, put x equals to 0. Since you are having a minus x equals to t, if you put x equals to 0, then a minus 0 is equals to t. This implies a equals to t, which implies t equals to a. When x equals to 0, t equals to a. Okay. Next, let's check for upper limit. When x equals to a. When x equals to a minus x equals to t, this implies a minus a is equals to t. This implies 0 equals to t, that is t equals to 0. Okay. When x equals to a, t equals to 0. F of a minus x is t and dx is minus dt. Okay. Which is equals to, take this minus out, minus integral a to 0 f of t into dt. Okay. Since you know that integral a to b f of x dx is equals to minus of integral b to a f of x dx. Since you are having minus integral a to b, if you want to remove this minus, you will get integral 0 to a into f of t dt. Okay. Also, you know that since integral a to b f of x dx is equals to integral a to b f of t dt. So this is equals to integral 0 to a f of x dx, which is your LHS. Okay. So therefore integral 0 to a f of x dx is equals to integral 0 to a f of a minus x into dx. Hence proof. Fine. So this is all for now. Hope you all understood. If you have any doubts, just leave your comments below. See you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.